All right, it is about, I think about midnight. I'm going to tell you right away, sleep deprived, big surprise. We got in from Arkansas, man, about 9 o'clock, ate a big ass salad. We got a group that we've been looking at for at least a week. For some of you out there in TV land, man, that'd be hard, you know. I mean, you'd be going, you're crazy to watch. It's a big group, it's 25 plus. Kind of hard to count all the babies. But we've been watching them for at least a week, just to really make sure that that is the group. Counting, what we do is we count the adults. You get a group that big, we're counting all the adults, trying to count the babies when we can. So anyway, for about a week we've been watching them, comparing them to an adjoining landowner's pictures from back actually in November and December. We think it's the same group, and then once all the deer feeders shut down, they went on the move looking for food. They found one of our semi-permanent traps that we got buried, and we've just been watching and watching and watching. Honestly, we say it all the time, that's what we're getting paid to do, is analyze these pictures. Myself and the barber back and forth, you know, looking at this group and not just flipping the switch, because we don't want to educate any hogs. So after the big ass salad, laid down, barber took over on the cameras, about an hour nap, boom, she called, flipped the switch. So it's really cold here in South Georgia. It's about 35 degrees. Tomorrow they're actually calling for the white stuff. It's called snow. And, you know, literally just left it in, you know, Arkansas, up in Missouri. Yesterday morning it was 4 degrees up there when I left. Wyatt doesn't have school tomorrow due to the weather, because they don't have an infrastructure here to handle, you know, they don't have salt, snow plows, they don't have anything. So bad weather tomorrow night, another possible chance of bad weather Wednesday night. With all that going on, you know, rain affects hog behavior. These hogs have typically been coming to the trap twice a night, which is what we like to see, twice a night. You know, once early and then boom, right before daylight, and then they disappear. So they're fairly consistent. We had a little funky stuff going on last night. The group kind of split for some reason. Group came in, and then 4 or 5 hours later, part of the group came in. We're not sure what happened there. And again, that all goes back to analyzing those pictures. So Wyatt's going with me, at least he says he is. I woke him up. I'm like, hey, I'm loading up the recon. I'm loading up the trailer. You know, he's like, okay, I'm going. You know, Zeb does have school tomorrow, but Wyatt's is canceled. So we're going. It's just tough sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, man, because I'm dragging hard, but we got to do it. So really cool weather for us, and I'm not enjoying that, but it feels warm here compared to where I was at, you know, 24 hours ago or something like that. So, hey, hang on. I'm going to try to wake up, and this is kind of a big deal. It's what we wait for after deer season. The after deer season drops, man. Deer hunters stop feeding that corn. Hogs are on the move. We literally have 4 systems right now with hogs we're watching. We decided to go ahead and take this group. Really more due to this weather coming. Just, you know, didn't like what we saw last night. We're not sure if they're starting to have some social issues. The group might split, so flip the switch. Hang on, here we go. Okay, so it's about 1:15. We're right here at the truck. We're about a quarter mile from the trap, and I'm gonna leave Wyatt here, and I'm gonna ease on down with the thermal and the 22 and do what we got to do. But once I get down closer to the trap, I'll go ahead and fire the camera back up. It's not a bad walk. There's an old fire break. I can ease down through there. Then I'll be down, be all the way down the woods. It's cool out. I'm telling you. So anyway, nothing outside the gate. Standard procedure for us is once we drop, we don't even care about the inside camera. All we watch is that gate camera. Everything's been clean. Wyatt will stay on that camera. I need to be focusing on doing thermal work. And, you know, if he sees something outside the gate, he'll bump me up through the Bluetooth. And then I know that I'm not going in blind. So hang on, man. Here we go. I'm awake now. Been waiting on this one.
All right, we're here at the trap. We did engage, not really at the trap, down off here in the creek bottom. I was scanning it. There's been a single boar that wouldn't come in the trap. He comes in at his own time. So engaged him. Got to go look for him, but they know something's up. You can hear him banging the pans a little bit. So hang on, we're gonna sneak up there the best we can sneak. Now we're approaching from the gate side. A lot of underbrush in here. All right, hang on, just about on the gate. All right, let me get you some light. There we go. A lot of young ones. All right, fellas. Been watching y'all for about a week now. If we got a bunch of sows and a bunch of babies. Pregnant sow right there. So pretty soon this would have been a really big group of hogs. Hey guys. There you go. Let's spread out. Well, we say it all the time in videos. I know it's probably a lot more entertainment in the daytime because they'd be doing all kinds of crazy junk. But we ain't about entertainment. We're about trying to take these hogs down as humanely as we can. And when you start talking about size matters, there you go. 33 feet in diameter. We wouldn't run anything less than 12 Jager Pro panels. We've run as many as 18. Some right there. Sow. They're a young boar. Sow. Sow. All right, guys, we got to get moving. It's been a really long day. Left Arkansas early this morning. 4 degrees. About 35 degrees now. I got one finger I can't feel on my right hand. My trigger finger. But yeah, so when we came down the hill that direction, I set up. There's a little bit of a drainage ditch that runs down that way. And I set up on it and spotted a big single hog down there. Engaged him with the 308 and feel pretty confident. A lot of trees, but seemed like a pretty good shot. But never know, man. But we had that single boar. He would come in after they came in. He usually come in about 4 a.m. So he's probably in here sniffing around one of these hot sows. But he never would join them. Just always came in by himself. So we're gonna get back to it and get to work. Alrighty. Okay, so I think it's about 2:30. I got so many daggum clothes on I can't look at my watch. But anyway, we got them all down. I haven't gone down in the woods yet. Looked for that one. Just want to give you some footage here real quick. A lot of young ones. Young ones are never easy to put down. They move quick and kind of goes against the grain of what you were taught. But little hogs make big hogs. So let's take a look. Get away from that big bright light. So we got there, young ones. Let me get a different light here. There you go. You're gonna have to work with us, man, because I'm been up, drove 10 hours. A bunch of young ones. This is very typical for us. We like trees in our traps. Big old pregnant sow. Young one. Young one. Another pregnant sow. Young one. Nursing sow. Nursing sow. Bunch of young ones. I think that might be the only little boar we got in here. Nursing sow, young ones, young ones, young ones, very young ones, and then more young ones, and another sow. So we will get them all lined up for a. Got a really bright light over there. We'll get them all lined up for a good picture. Wyatt's down here with me. I'm gonna head down in the woods, start trying to track that one, and then we'll just kind of start wrapping this show up. It's actually moving around. The weather's not too bad considering I came from 14 degrees, 35 degrees, feels like a heat wave. So hang on. All right, so we did find a good blood trail. Been tracking it through this brush. Down here in the south, they do controlled burns, prescribed burns, because everybody pretty much grows timber. So it's to kill that underbrush. Didn't get cold enough, to kill the underbrush. So where it gets wet, which is where we're at right now, a lot of underbrush. So you're kind of on your hands and knees going through here. Wounded hog can be problematic in that area. Fight or flight syndrome at that point. I've had some hogs that you're tracking through the woods when they're wounded, get a little irritated with you, and decide to have a little meeting with you. So generally the best thing to carry with you in that type of situation, honestly, is a 12 gauge. Pistol's fine, 12 gauge. Thermal, it's just too big and bulky. Anyway, so we're running this blood trail. I'll kind of show you. It's a good blood trail, but it's 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning now. We're not going to confirm this kill. That's just how we are. Unless we can take a picture of it, we don't confirm it. So to our landowner, it's whatever's up there in the trap, which I think is 32. For this, good enough blood trail. We know that, he ain't gonna make it. Pretty sure it's that single bore. It's what it looked like through the thermal. And I'll kind of show you this brush. Another thing to also tell you about this brush is when you're doing this kind of stuff, it's really good to wear clear glasses, which I have up in the truck. I scratched my eye one night tracking a hog. I actually had to have surgery on my eye. Didn't even know I damaged it. So just to, protect your eyes. But let me spin you around here. So it's a good blood trail. Goes down through there. And I followed it quite a ways that way. And you got blood all over the place. So, it's just that they're an amazing creature. I mean, 308, 150 grain bullet. That's why we don't shoot nothing but 308. We don't run 223 or anything like that. We might use a blackout once in a while, but typically 308. But you can see up there where the lights are at. That's where the trap is at. He was down in here. I tracked him all the way through here. So confident that, he's a done deal. But we're tired. Want to get home. Still got to load hogs. So that's kind of the deal. All right. So while I was tracking, Wyatt did the heavy lift because I'm getting old and lazy, I guess. And got them all lined up. 32. So pretty exciting. Give you a quick little look there. Well, we're back here in the shop. It is about 6:30 in the morning. It has been a really long day. Left Arkansas a long time ago. Good night, 32 hogs, man. A little tired, so I don't know if I covered it, but when you're looking at a large group of hogs where you have a lot of, young hogs, focus on the adults. Focus on, we knew we had seven adults.
One was a wider one, which ended up being our boar, and focus on that. As far as the solo outside, I mean, like I said, good blood trail, but, crawling through there, I mean, I've tracked enough hogs and deer. I'm confident with a 308, 150 grain bullet, he's a done deal. And I'll probably go back in the daylight, scout it out, but we don't count it unless we can take a picture of it. And so for you people out there in TV land that you hear about these different programs out there and X amount of hogs were removed and all these things like that, we don't count anything unless we can take a picture of it. So if somebody says, well, they took out 200 hogs, then you need to have a picture of 200 hogs. That's the way we look at it. We don't count any babies on the inside. We don't count any of that. It's whatever is laying on the ground that we can take a picture of. But 32, six sows and one boar. Either the sows were nursing or they were pregnant. So this was fixing to be a big group of hogs. Easy, quick, fast, could have grown really quick. Great to spend some time with Wyatt, even though he was half asleep. With his baseball schedule, it's just tough. But with him not having school tomorrow, Zeb had school tomorrow or today. It was just nice that he could go, and I'll take whatever I can get at 17 and 19 years old, if it's 3 in the morning or whatever. So that being said, I'm shot out, done. I feel like 1,400 hairy monkeys have beat the living dog pee out of me, and man, it's just going to bed. That's all I can say. It's about 31 degrees. Our bad weather's supposed to come about 12 hours from now for the white stuff. I think they call it snow. But if it comes, it comes. We're ready for it. Got 3 other systems with hogs in it. We just got to reboot our batteries a little bit. So hope you enjoyed the video. When you're dealing with these large groups of hogs, I know it's really tempting to flip the switch the first time you see them. You really don't. I think our first count with this group, the first time they went in the trap, was like 25. And then we started counting those adults and then started counting the babies, and so again, focus on the adults. And that solo boar would never go with them. He would come in on his own. I'm pretty sure that's what was floating down there in that creek bed. And anyway, so y'all have a good night. Feedback, folks. We love to have feedback. And spread the love, not the hate. And do your best to trap intelligently and not educate hogs. Thank you.